Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday. It is a cool and cloudy day out here. I absolutely love days like this. Nice and cool, low overcast. Such a great day to be out working. So, day 3 of this fence line clearing project. Had the mini and little Munchie out here yesterday and the brush cutter. We did the ditch, cleaned up that back corner, took down some trees with little Munch and got some stuff stacked up. Gonna go over real quick what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna get to grinding. All right, so got these trees down with little Munchie yesterday. Got them laid out right here. I didn't waste little Munchie. I could have ground these trees as they stood, but I had to come back with the TMC Cancela and the skid steer today anyway, so it's just gonna go right through these trees much quicker. So I just laid them, I just got them down. It was hard the way they were situated in here and some of this tighter stuff. It was just easier for me to bring the mini in here and knock them down. Plus there's a fence right back in there, so it wasn't a whole lot of room between the tree line and some of these other trees and the ditch and the fence. It just easier for me to just lay these down. I got a whole bunch of other trees off that corner laid out right through there, so we're gonna grind this stuff down. I'm gonna take down that tallow tree right there too really quick. We're gonna grind it, basically just grind, clean up that little corner there a little bit, grind all those trees, and then finish up that last little bit behind that shed out to the road, and that's pretty much going to be it. And then I'm going to try to take down, I can't get these two big ones right here. I don't even have a saw big enough to get those down, and the way that's kind of leaning like that, I'm not really a tree guy. That's going to get all hung up over there. That's not something. It's half of it's going to, if it goes that way, half of it's going to fall on somebody else's property. So I'm not comfortable doing that. But these two, I think this is a gum tree and a pine growing together. I'm pretty sure I can get those two down. They're not very tall. If I can come in this way, grind out this section here and just push them over, I think that'll work pretty good. So that pine is kind of big at the base, but it ain't tall for nothing. It's a little short thing. So all right, that's about it. Let's get to grinding. Okay, got those 2 trees taken down. The gum, I think that was a gum. It got hung up in this tree. I kind of wanted to push it that way. My original plan was to come in and cut it from this side and just start pushing over, and it did not want to go. It was kind of bigger at the bottom, and you know, on the bigger trees, because you only have so much of the head of the drum that actually sticks out from the frame. Sometimes those bigger trees, you actually have to notch them on one side and then come back around the other. So that's what I had to do. It's no big deal. But when I came back to push it that way, it went, and then it got hung up right up there in the top of that one right there a little bit. So I had to come back around and come this way and get it down on the ground, which that worked fine. I wish I would have gotten that on tape, but I was so afraid it was gonna do something funky, and you know, I didn't want a tree to fall on me. So no big deal there. But the pine went down fairly easily, got it ground up, and got that stump ground down. They're gonna do a retention pond here, so the mulch, all this is gonna come up, that stump will come up. I cannot get that tree down. I took a closer look at it. It's got a hollow stump in the bottom too. Like, that thing is funky, man. You need a big chainsaw and an excavator, a big excavator or something to just rip that thing down. I think a big excavator could probably just break that thing off. It would just come down. So that's just not something I can do. I don't really do tree work. That gum tree right there is probably one of the bigger trees I've ever taken down with the mulcher, as far as how tall it was. So all's well that wins well. That looks good. So we're gonna go over to the other side over there, start grinding up all those pines, finish out that last little bit, and that'll be it. go, trying to make our way into this little section behind the shed. This is the last thing I've got to do. And I believe this job will be done. It's not very far to go, but it's pretty intense. Wisteria. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. I gotta get this water oak right here to come down though. That other tree down. It's on that other property, I think. I'm just gonna knock down everything I can reach. There's all kinds of goodies in here. We got wisteria, we got a water oak, we got a Chinese tallow tree, we got all kinds of good stuff. Trash piled up behind this little shed right here. Honestly, it's so thick I can't even see into it. I can't see anything. I got a piece of that wisteria in here is brutal. Up we go. I hate to lift this mulcher up this far, but I really don't have a choice. There was no this way to shave it back, and the discharge would have been going out, you know, over there towards the highway. Or, you know, so if I'd have shaved that back with the Mini, everything would have been going out into the road, and that would have been no bueno. So the skid steer with the door right here, I can just come up and just kind of shave this back. And this is all they wanted right here. He just wanted me to kind of just shave back this line a little bit, give him some more room, which is no problem. Just got to be careful about the neighbors over there. But with this door, we have this door. Don't have to worry about too much. Now I kind of got my line there. I just want to kind of cut in and get my line a little bit. That looks pretty good. Just kind of come up, nice and easy, just take that right down. Most of this stuff's not big anyway, so I don't have to worry about throwing too much, but that door has been the handiest thing. That front door is awesome. Of what we're doing here with this part. Alrighty folks, that's the job. Owner just left, dropped me off a check. He is super happy with everything. So if he's happy, I'm happy. So yeah, all that went well. The only real issue I had, and like I said, we didn't talk about this when I originally looked at the job, but he kind of added those other trees in the back as an addendum, and I thought I could get those too, but it's a hollowed out, it's one tree that's split and it's got a hollowed out bottom, and I'm not a tree guy. That thing just looks super sketchy to try to cut down. So but he totally understood that, no big deal. And then the other issue was, so I guess the backside neighbor, he came over when about 30 minutes into me being here, he walked over and he wanted me to take out that brush line from like that last pine tree right there on the left all the way down to this tree. And I was like, well, the client over here wanted me to leave a little bit of a buffer, and we specifically talked about that because there wasn't much there to begin with between that pine tree and there, but he wanted a little bit taken, but not a lot. And I said, he wants to leave that. And the guy's like, well, I'm gonna take it out anyway. And I'm like, well, he's like, can't you just do it? And I'm like, no, because my client told me to leave it, so whatever you want to do, you can discuss that with him. And he's thinking the brush that's left is on his property. I don't know. So the last time somebody came off a neighboring property and asked me to do something for them, I got gypped out of 150 bucks. So don't have good experiences with people doing that sometimes, but I don't know. I was like, I'm not getting in the middle of that. I'd love to help you out, but my guy told me to leave it, so he was going to get with him and they were going to talk about it. I don't know. So, but yeah, they're super happy with everything. It all turned out really good. No real super big complications in here with this. So that line turned out nice. Basically kind of just cut down what I could as close to that fence as I could, and that was that. I cleaned up a few little things with the Mini yesterday along it, but other than that, so that front corner turned out nice too. Cut that back. They can actually drive in. So there's 3 entrances here. There's that one right there in front of the house, and then one off there to the left. So now they can use all 3 entrances through here. You can see I'm not walking all the way over there. You see that front's all nice and open over there coming through. So all that looks good. So they're going to strip all this off, and this is going to be a retention pond back there, and they're going to put some buildings in here, and so this should end up turning out nice. So that's that. I think I've got some more mulching coming up this week, and we'll call about that right now, but I think that's going to happen. So stay tuned, and I will check you guys later. If you like this kind of content with me and Munchie, this is pretty much what I do. I mulch stuff down. So loving the TMC with the door. It was super handy next to that neighbor's house over there. So loving this setup with this. The door has just been a game changer for me, really, when it comes to mulching. I have used that way more than I thought I would, and it has been just such the handiest thing. So all right, well, I will check you guys on the next one. Bye everybody.